Okay, so I'm wearing it. It's summer again in France and in Normandy, even though the temperatures have cooled down, but I'm very, very hot. My hair was dry when I started to record, so I'm wearing it to show it to you, but I will take it off as soon as I can. So hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to my very small YouTube channel about knitting. My name is Isabelle and I am in France, in Normandy, and I have several series on my channel, and this is one about a video about my regular knitting adventures, and I'm going to be talking about what I've been making, what I have finished, what I have on my needles. So if my accent, my mistakes and my hesitations do not bother you too much, please stay tuned. Okay, first, what am I wearing? I am wearing my Missoni Accomplished by Espace Tricot. You've seen it already on my needles. It's a free pattern on Ravelry and I guess also on their website. I knit it with Roma Finul yarn that a colleague of mine brought me from Bergen. He was there for a science project. He sent me a picture of a local yarn shop and as a joke saying, "Oh, look, it's for you." And I said, "Are you still there?" And he said, No, it was this morning, but I have a day off tomorrow. I can go back." So I said, okay. Please, if you have the time, go back there. Ask the person there for some local, untreated, undyed yarn that you can bring back to me, and bring how many ever skeins you can fit into your suitcase. If you don't have the time, don't do that. And so he went and he brought me 2 skeins of each colors. So you have the medium gray, the dark gray, and the undyed whitish color. And to finish the sweater, I had to order an additional skein of the dark gray, and I'm going to be standing up to show it to you. Okay, so this is how it fits. I decided I wanted the dark gray at the top and at the bottom of the sweater, and so I knit every single bit of the light gray in that part of the body, of the yoke, and in the sleeves, at the bottom of the sleeves. So I had 2 skeins of each. I knit about a skein and a bit over 1 skein for the white, and for the dark gray, I think the second skein got me about here, and I did not want to have it that cropped. I like my sweaters to be about 50 to 55 centimeters. So I ordered an additional skein from a store in France to bring it down, and I can assure you I had that much left when I cast off my ribbing. So talk about a game of winning at yarn chicken. Okay, so I'm taking it off because I'm so warm inside, and I'm going to be showing you my floats. I usually catch them above 6-7 stitches. Under that I don't catch them out, so they don't show on the other side. So you see I did catch the floats at the very beginning or at the very end of the motif, where there were, I do not recall, 10 or 15 stitches. I do not recall. The pattern is free, you can have a look for yourself. And you see it doesn't show much. The yarn bloomed upon blocking. I think I could have made a size smaller. But anyway, it's a boxy, very, very easy to wear sweater, and I can't wait for sweater weather. Okay, next, what is on my needles at the moment? I'm not going to be showing you, I'm showing it to you once, I have knit a bit of it. on it. My powder puff caul, I haven't had any time to work on it, but I'm going to several medical appointments, one today, so I will bring it with me, and maybe hopefully next time I will have a bit more to show you. And I have a travel scheduled on Friday and Saturday, so, and a long train trip, so I will have enough time to work on it. So powder puff caul, I'm not going to be showing it to you because there is nothing much more to show than what you have already seen. What has grown quite a bit is the Fleur shawl that I'm, okay, so my cats are playing a bit aggressively, let's say it that way. The Fleur shawl that I casted on with the beautiful Nutiden yarn that Caroline sent me. So this one is parallel, and I think they want to go out, but I'm not going to let them out because I'm going to work just after that and see the medical doctor, and I don't want to let them out because I'll be out of the house for quite a long time. So this one is parallel. It's kind of a rosy, winey, grapey color with a lot of gray. So what you hear is Onyx playing on his own in my chair. This kind of pinkish color with lots of gray, and Duvkula, which is white. That's what I have left for now, but I have another partial skein that is about that size, so I will have enough to finish the shawl. The shawl has been on hold for a few days, almost a week, because I have this appointment today with a surgeon for my knee and my hip, and I'm quite nervous, and this is not a yarn you can knit when you are nervous. But I did work on it quite a bit since the last time you've seen it, and I'm losing my stitches because I did not stop them at the tip of my needle. So let's do it that way. So I am close to the end. I need to have another bubble row here. This is the next row, another bubble row, another part with the pink or the colored one, and the last bubble row is going to be the cast off. So at the highest point for now, you see it's around here. So I started here, so you have one first bubble row, another one, and I need to make another one here and the pink, and then the cast off row with the bubble rows. So you see I'm not that far from the end, and I think I'm going to love it a lot because I've changed the lights. I borrowed these lights from my work to see if I like them. Please tell me if you like these lights better than the ones, or if it doesn't matter at all. I think they are a bit too pink, and they make me pink. But yes, here is the shawl, and it's extremely soft. It will be extremely warm. It's a very mindful knit because you see, as I'm quite stressed out, I can knit on it because I did not even try. Because I was thinking I'm used to pull on my yarn, and the way I knit, I had to learn how to knit again with that yarn. So that was quite an experience. And being so stressed, I don't think I can knit with a yarn that breaks just when you look at it. Okay, I'm so sorry my hair looks like that. I washed it this morning. Anyway, let me try to forget about it. Next is a new cast on, because after I cast off the Missoni Accomplished, I thought, okay, let me finish the Fleur shawl, because at the end you have a lot of stitches and long rows, and it's a very meditative and repetitive knit, and unless you're knitting the bubbles where you have to be more attentive. I had kind of got the hang of how to knit with a knitted end, so I said, okay, let's do that. But as I said, I'm a bit too stressed out for now, I think, to be knitting with knitted end again. So I decided to cast on a project where I can have quite a bit of attention on my finger and my yarn. So you may remember, I will try to link it, I think it's here, and I will for sure link it down below. You may remember I had asked for your advice, and I decided I was going to follow your advice. I've already talked about that here. To cast on the Barbara, so I'm going to place a picture. It's going to be better for you to see the picture. And Barbara is a sweater from A Knitting Life Back to First by Marianne Isayer. And this book was a present from one of Lovely Use for my birthday, my 60th birthday last year. And so I ripped out my swatch so you won't be able to see it. And what I had asked you is whether I should knit with a dark background and the clear white, creamy white motif, or the other way around. Because once I had been swatching with that, which looks like what the sweater, the original sweater from the pattern is. I thought, well, why not try the other way around, have the clear background and the dark motif on top. I have to say it was about 50% of you for liking one way or the other. So I sort of decided to go that way because I will try to place a picture again. With the white background and the dark motif, the little motif was lost, I think. It was visually lost, and I preferred that the look of this way, that is with the clear motif, the light motif on top. Okay, so the yarn I'm using is yarn from Lenal West. So this is their sports base, about sports based, and I'm at 18 stitches per 10 centimeters or 4 inches with 3.5 millimeter needles. So this one is Fleur de Sel, so it's undyed. So it's a mix of white and dark and black sheep fleeces, and these are the fleece they are raising in Normandy, in Cotentin, with some kind of revival, and we say preservation, but I don't think you say preservation in English. I'll try to place the correct word there, but they have a program to keep one of the breed alive, of sheep alive, because it was going to be extinct. So the Fleur de Sel, which is a mix between dark and clear fleeces, and the écru, I think it's écru the name. Écru is for écru, I guess you say that also. It's the undyed creamy white yarn from the white sheep. So I've knit already one sweater from that 1 kilogram cone. I knit the Highland Thistle sweater with that one, and I knit a vest, the Emsworth vest with the clear one. So you see, maybe I do not recall, maybe I used 300 or 400 grams for one sweater. A little, or the yardage goes a long way with that kind of yarn. It's very dry to the touch. It's dry to knit. It's very sturdy, so I can pull on my yarn, and it blooms and softens once you wash it, once you block it. So yeah, I had to rip out. So this is my second attempt. because so I'm one stitch below the gauge, so my stitches are a bit bigger, and I was afraid the smallest size with which goes for 110 centimeter would be too small, because it's a very you would say now an unusual construction, but I would say this was the construction that I was used to it when I was a teenager. So you start with the back, so you need the back, you cast on stitches for the sleeves, you need the sleeves and with an opening for the head, and then you need the front, and then you sew under the arms and on each side to finish the sweater. So it's knit flat in one piece and sewn together wherever it needs to be sewn. And I was kind of afraid the smallest size would be too small around the bust, where it has to go out and go for the sleeves. But it was really too big. I think the combination between my gauge being one stitch less than the pattern, and the yarn that I think is a bit bigger than what the pattern calls for, it was really going to be very wide. I placed this, my previous attempt, on two sweaters that are already on the largest size, biggest size for me as far as fit and what I like, and it was going to be bigger at the bust and around the body, so I ripped out and casted on the smallest size. I'm going to be knitting a couple more repeats for the pattern, and I'm going to be looking at how it is once again compared to one of my biggest sweater. I think it's going to be fine that time around. It has a boxy fit and a loose fit, so, and a relaxed shape, so it's not a fitted sweater, but I don't like when it's too wide and too big, but I think this time around it's going to be okay. If it's not okay, I will rip out again, and so I will have to make calculations according to what the pattern calls for, because I'm already on the smallest size. But you know, I've made a little tutorial, a little how-to last week for how I knit off gauge, and I'm knitting off gauge right now, and I may have to tell you how I'm doing this time, because if I rip out to knit something even bigger than the smallest size, I will have to redo all the calculations from the pattern, which I'm not afraid of doing, but that's a whole different story. Okay, so that's gonna be it for today. I think I'm gonna have less of knitting in the upcoming weeks, because my teaching schedule has gone up and all my classes are live again from this week, and I'm working with colleagues from several different parts of France to review and make new content for a MOOC for how to teach online teaching at the university, and some kind of pedagogy, more in depth about some certain subjects, and that's a lot of work. Creating new content for a new class or new course, even if it's online, and more particularly if it's online, it's a lot of work. So I will have less knitting to show you, I am sure. Maybe I will have to go down from one video per week to one video per 2 weeks. We'll see how it goes. I'm trying to keep up with one video per week. I've been doing that for 2 years now. 2 years this past summer, and it can be quite heavy to be recording every week and editing every week. So for now I can, if at some point I can't, don't be surprised, you will know why. And I have several medical appointments. So anyway, all in all, I had never been thinking about reducing from once a week to once every 2 weeks. I may. I'm just saying I may. So, yeah, in the meantime, I thank you very much for your patience, for being here with me, for helping growing that very small little channel, because people who comment under the video usually say they are very happy to be seeing my videos. So I thank you very much for that. I thank you very much for being here with me. Once again, I'm digging very deep inside of me to find comfort into my knitting, and I'm doing what I've been telling you to do, or what recommending you to do for all these 2.5 years, that each and every little stitch is part of joy and happiness, and infuse them with joy and happiness, and it will go back to you. Because if when you are knitting you're focusing on joy and happiness and enjoying your knitting, this is why I set aside one of my projects to cast on another one that would match my mood a bit better and my knitting style a bit better for now. But infuse your little stitches with joy and happiness. And if you are focusing on that, maybe 1 hour per day, maybe 10 minutes per day, maybe half a row per day, you are focusing on joy and happiness. And I do hope you are able to place joy and happiness into your life. I'm sending you all my little stitches infused with the little joy and happiness I do have for myself for now, and I'm sending them out to you. And yeah, I will see you next time.